how does it feel to be the head coach of your hometown team?
It feels pretty awesome. Obviously, it's a very humbling experience. It's a big task, but I'm ready to, push forward with it and start recruiting and build for next season.
How do you plan to use the success that you had on the ice and turning that into success as a coach?
Yeah, I played for a lot of teams growing up at a high level, so I plan on, taking some of those coaching tactics and incorporating into myself and just see what fits best for me. And, obviously use my contacts as far as getting players and recruiting.
So what will Phoenix Knights hockey need with you in charge?
Starting a winning tradition again. I think it needs to go back there. It'll help the youth program also. If we win games, they come to the games and they have something to look forward to as far as playing in their future. So I think that's one way it can correlate with the youth program.
So what are the next steps from here on out to get ready?
Right now I'm just kind of getting organized. The word just got out, so I'm just, like I said, getting organized, planning some recruiting trips, seeing what's worth going to see, and just kind of calling some players, former players and players as far as the future goes, and just kind of see what everyone's plans are for next year. You got to be patient with it. Obviously, some players go on to try out for other teams, and they don't make those teams, and that's when you can, get those players. So right now I'm just working on the patience part, which doesn't work out very well for me, but I'm working on it.
So do you expect guys to return?
Yeah, I think so. A couple of them, obviously. Some you don't invite back, and some you do. Some are gonna have to come back and try out. It's a whole different team, whole different mentality. So everyone's gonna have to work for it this summer.
So there's a spring camp in June.
Yep.
What do you expect out of that? Is that a tryout camp?
Yeah, it's still a tryout camp. It'll probably be a lot of local kids. The main camps will be the end of August. I don't have the exact date yet. But, you get, for the early camp, you get a lot more kids that are coming just to show their face and kind of see what it's like. And then the main camp, obviously, you get kids that are basically invite only. Kids that are on the verge of making the team, on the bubble. So actually, but I'm looking forward to the June camp. That's when it all starts. That's when kids come. You get to see their faces. You get to meet new players, and you never know whatever can happen out of that camp. But you don't pick your whole team out of that camp. But it's good to see, keep in touch with some kids throughout the summer.
So that camp's kind of split up into like 6 different games.
Yeah. So the first session's on the Thursday night, the 8th, and that's 2 45-minute skill sessions, and that's going to be getting the kids used to the ice. Used to each other, getting their feet wet, working on their hands, just kind of feeling for the puck. And then the real trial begins on that next Friday morning. And each team will play 2 games a day. And on Saturday night, it'll be a 3-on-3 tournament, and then an all-star game on Sunday.
So last year was your first year coaching juniors. What did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, it's when you're playing, you only worry about yourself. When you're coaching, you worry about the 25-something other players that are on your team, and that's something I had to get used to a little bit. Talking to some parents. Obviously, more so in the youth program, you talk to the parents, but you still do get some phone calls at the junior level. So kind of just dealing with those things, and that's just the biggest thing. You kind of have to figure out a way to incorporate your style that fits with everybody on the team. So obviously, there's certain situations where the player needs to form to your coaching style. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out. But there's times where your style may not be working, so you got to think of something new, and that's just the biggest thing I went through.
So during your playing days, were you almost like a coach on the ice, or is this a totally new?
Well, I don't know. I was always a captain on the team and more of a leader, so to speak. I wasn't always the most skilled player, but I believed in work ethic, and you can work at skill, and that's what I do my whole career. And so that's what I'm going to go look for first. Kids that are willing to put in the work, and because when a kid wants to work at skill, he puts in the work, he'll get better with his skill. So that's kind of, I have a little bit of an old school mentality with that, with the new school, so to speak, of development, and that's what I'm looking forward to for next year.
So why should a player want to play for you and the Knights organization?
You know what? It's when you want to come and be a winner, so to speak, add to a tradition, add to a winning program, that gives the kid a sense of, I'm a part of something, and just obviously I play at high levels, and I relate to the players, and I'm really good with development, and that's just why I think kids would want to come here. And I teach a team mentality. I want these kids to create friends for a lifetime, and this is some of the best times of their years, very important times of their years when they're maturing. And so I'm looking forward to helping that kid out with that process.